Brigadier General Ioannis Keliafanos, and I'm the Director of Defense Planning and Capabilities Directorate.
Seeing a shift from a model where one size fits all to a model where we use now precision medicine, personalized medicine even, to treat disease. So we went from one size fits all to stratification, stratified approaches, and then to personalized medicine.
The standards facilitates our common language that we have to speak among the cooperation through the nations, not only the NATO community, but also with our interaction with the civil society.
Digital technologies are moving really fast, and standards are being created, and we need to make sure that we have the right standards, that we develop them together across both private sector and public sector. And this is exactly what this conference is for. Now we have had high-level presentations, but the rest of the conference will really be workshops where we can work together across private and public sector, EU, NATO, on how to create the standards of the future.
I would like to thank the Hellenic National Defense General Staff for hosting the NATO Use of Civil Standards workshop. This is the third iteration of this workshop, which is an educational opportunity for military and civil subject matter experts to get together to discuss standardization.
With this kind of workshops, we can see how similar we are in terms of organizations, the European Commission and NATO, how similar challenges we have, and how, if we cooperate together, maybe we can have an easier way out and an easier solution. For instance, at the Commission, we have a European interoperability framework. I learned on the occasion of this workshop that NATO too has an interoperability framework. Also, when we think about emerging and disruptive technologies, NATO talks about artificial intelligence, blockchain, quantum computing, space and cyberspace, while we at the Commission, we also have the same, and we're looking at what would be the best way forward.
It is a great honor and a great privilege for Demokritos, the National Research Center of Greece, to host one of the accelerators, one of the entrepreneurial accelerators of DIANA in Europe. We look forward in hosting the startups this coming spring, the first startups, and we will be supporting them by giving them full access to test centers, state-of-the-art laboratories ranging from digital innovation to quantum computing, and also to give them opportunities to network with investors, to network for participating in European research projects, and branding themselves, even arranging for their next steps as they grow.
So this is something that I think is most important added value, is that we identified that we have to do something in the future, and I think we have to set up goals how to improve or to support NATO by collaboration on standards, by helping you what is possible within the standards that are set already in the public field, in the civil field, still to do with NATO. And in most of the cases you can apply civil standards. You don't have to reinvent the wheel for any type that is already existing of equipment in the civil market. That's the added value that I think it's very important to support forces in the application on what is available on the very rapid developing industry field.
So the workshop this week has been a really important event, not just looking at the wider scope of emerging and disruptive technologies, but specifically in the area of biotechnology, bringing together civilian and industry subject matter experts with users from the military community. We had a number of very fruitful discussions in particular identifying common areas of interest and areas where we can collaborate moving forward. We concluded there absolutely is a role for civil standards to support NATO in the area of biotechnology. It's not without its challenge. We need to do a lot more work on the terminology first of all, but moving forward, and I think with further engagement with our colleagues in ISO, we can get ourselves into a good place where NATO can actually leverage some of the benefits from the work that's already been done.
Well, this event has been very useful, very insightful, a great opportunity to learn and to learn from across the ecosystem, the standardization ecosystem. Foresight, innovation, and standardization, they're interwoven together, and as we move forward, we're going to see more convergence and we'll need to see more cooperation. So this has been a fantastic forum for exchanging ideas, for learning from each other, and thinking about emerging disruptive technologies and standardization.
Well, after 2 days now, and looking back, I must say the intense discussion we had, the very fruitful discussions, show the value of this workshop, really bridging the gap between civil standards and the needs for NATO standards. So I do hope that there will be a continuation of this workshop, because we've just started to realize and understand where the potential gaps are, but we still have to analyze them. So I would invite you coming from biotechnology at NATO to just get together with us, sit together with us, let's analyze the needs, and then let's come to a common conclusion on how to really bridge the gap. Because I understand there is a gap. I see it now too. I didn't see it before. With this workshop, I realized that. Now let's try to build a bridge.
Thank you very much for the invitation to this workshop. It was very enriching for me. I have met different people from the civil and military sides. We are working mainly in the civil domain, so we are doing the standardization of the aerospace.
So I'm Emmanuel de Verdière. I'm the European Defence Agency manager of standardization activities in EDA, and I'm very honored and glad to be here in this very high-level meeting forum discussing standardization and emerging and disruptive technologies. It is of great importance for us as a European institution for defense and standardization, so to explain to our NATO allies that our activities are fully in complementarity mode with NATO standardization activities, since our two standardization models are not exactly the same.
I think attending the workshop provides SAE with access and networking to a very broad community that we wouldn't normally be able to access.